There's a number out there that has a crazy amount of power over your life, whether you realize it or not. And no, it's not your bank balance or your phone number. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on what I like to call the shadow algorithm. I mean, just look at this. This is where it gets so frustrating, right? You do everything you think you're supposed to do. You owe nobody anything, zero debt. And what happens? You get penalized. You get rejected for an apartment. It just feels like the whole system is backward. And that's the big question, isn't it? The one that's just rattling around in your head when you get that rejection. How on earth can having no debt be a bad thing? It completely defies logic. But there is a logic to it. It's just probably not the one you'd expect. Okay, so let's get into it. The answer lies in this thing we're calling your shadow algorithm. Think of it as this invisible 3-digit number that kind of follows you everywhere, quietly making huge decisions for you, whether you get a car, a new phone, or even that apartment you really wanted. The best way to wrap your head around this algorithm is with it's a kind of strange but perfect analogy. Just imagine you have a pet dog, a dog you never asked for and maybe you didn't even know existed. That dog, that's your credit score. And with this dog, you've basically got two choices. You can ignore it, in which case it gets neglected and, let's just say it makes a huge mess of your financial life. Or you can figure out how to take care of it. Feed it, train it, and suddenly it becomes this amazing ally that helps you do the big stuff, like, say, buying a house. All right, let's decode what this number actually is. And right here, we have to clear up the single biggest misconception out there. Your credit score is not about how rich you are. Not at all. It's a measure of something much more important. It's about trust. At the end of the day, when you strip it all away, a credit score is just a number that tries to predict how likely you are to pay back money that you've borrowed. That's it. A lender looks at that score to answer one simple question: can I trust this person to pay me back? It's not a wealth score, it's a trust score. And that trust, it gets measured on a scale from 300 to 850. A low score, down there near 300, it basically screams high risk to a lender. But a high score, one that's pushing up toward 850, that tells them you're a pretty safe bet. And that is what opens all the doors to better loans, lower interest rates, the whole shebang. So what does this algorithm, this dog, actually care about? Well, it looks at a few things, like how long you've had credit, the different kinds of credit you use. But here's the thing. One of these factors stands way, way above all the rest, and that's your payment history. This is by far the biggest piece of the puzzle. Knowing this one thing, it changes everything. We've decoded the number, so now we can talk about how to rig the game back. Because the system might feel like it's rigged against you, but when you know the rules, you have one incredibly powerful countermove you can make. And listen, this is the most important thing to get. The rules might not seem fair, especially when having zero debt can actually hurt you. But understanding the rules gives you the power to play the game and win. You can literally rig it back in your favor. And here's how ridiculously simple it is. Since payment history is king, your one big move is to just master it. So, 1. Know every single one of your due dates. 2. Make every single required payment on time. And 3, and this is the little secret, make absolutely sure that payment gets in before it's officially marked as late, which is usually 30 days after the due date. So that's how you start to master your score. This isn't some 10-year financial strategy. You can start taking back control of that shadow algorithm today. It literally starts right now with your very next payment. So that's really the bottom line. The system has its own strange rules, but now you know the most important one. The game is absolutely rigged. So the only question left is, are you ready to play? If you're ready to learn more ways to rig the game back in your favor and master all the systems that run your financial life, you should definitely subscribe. We're here to give you the playbook. Thanks for tuning in.